Hi everyone, thank you very much for joining again. My name is Haroon. I'm from the Brunel University, London, here in the UK. And I'm just going to spend a little bit of time talking to you about work placement opportunities whilst you're studying. This can be both with your undergraduate or your postgraduate course. I'm going to talk about the benefits of this, some tips in terms of getting the right work placements for you, and a little bit about the technicality of how it all works. I'll follow through the presentation, and I've got a lovely few videos to show you at the end of some students who have taken work placements, and you can hear about their experience and what they liked about it and what they gained from it. And at the end, I'm more than happy to take any questions anybody has. So to start with, we'll just talk a little bit about what is a work placement and the benefits of this work placement. So as I mentioned, I'm from Brunel University, London, where nearly all of our undergraduate courses have what's known as a work placement option, as well as several of our postgraduate courses. So this term can be used in different ways. So some people refer to it as a work placement, an internship, a placement year, or sometimes even it's known in the UK as a sandwich year. What essentially it is, usually it's a 1 year period of time which you will add to your study, where you'll gain work experience in the relative field to what you're studying, and the university will help you to secure this. So in most traditional courses, you'll find that this will be in your third year. So you'll normally have a 3-year degree in the UK. If you're taking a work placement, that would most likely go to a 4-year degree. You have your year one, your year two, and that final year, third year, as you're doing a work placement, will now become a 1-year work placement. And then you'll come back for your final year at university. So that's essentially what a work placement is. Most universities you'll find now offer this as this wonderful opportunity as part of their course. Again, the names will sometimes be referred to in slightly different ways: sandwich year, work year, placement year. We tend to call it work experience because even as I'm going to talk a little bit later, even for students who don't choose to do this more official, this fixed work placement, there are other opportunities for getting work experience. It's a fantastic opportunity. I'm going to go through some of the real key reasons why you should be at least considering taking a work placement for your course, and then some of the ways of securing the best work placements. So the first and biggest reason students tend to take a work placement is to help them get a better chance of securing a better, more relevant role for themselves once they graduate. This is really self-explanatory. I mean, once you graduate, you're going to be a fresh graduate, have a wonderful degree, but no experience. So having a 1 year working on your CV already, and very importantly, in a relevant area to what you're studying, if you're coming for finance, your work placement will very likely be in finance industry. If you're coming for a medical course, sorry, a marketing course or a design course, it will be in that industry. So you would leave already having 1 year solid experience in your CV already, in and of yourself already, meaning that once you graduate, you're already a better candidate for different work options, and you're already ahead of those students who have graduated without a work placement, who are now trying to find what you already have. So that's the first massive benefit to it. Secondly, and this is also really, really crucial, is it allows you to discover what you really enjoy about the world of work. You may start a law degree or a marketing degree or a mechanical engineering degree, and then with the idea of this will be my work, this will be what I do in the future. That work placement year is an invaluable chance for you to really see, wait a minute, is this what I want to do with my life? Is this the right thing for me? And it can either guide you towards that certainty that this is right for me. It can be you thinking maybe this is not right for me. Or in a lot of cases, it means you're able to specialize. You can go into a firm as a business management student, and then you can realize, you know what, it's the digital element I see people working on. It's the digital marketing element. It's the digital entrepreneur element I really like. And it means that you can focus your final year modules and dissertation around this. And it also means that when you graduate, you're way more focused. You know exactly specifically what you like about this. You know exactly what roles to go in. So these are two fantastic opportunities and fantastic benefits of taking a work placement. Uh, you often get paid for work experience. So this is not always guaranteed, but in my experience, if you're doing a 1 year work experience, most companies will pay. This could be a really big salary. It could be something quite small. It could be something where they cover your travel and your costs. But essentially, it's a wonderful opportunity to get paid. You won't pay a tuition fee for this year. So you'll pay a tuition fee for the academic year you're studying. For the work placement year, you normally pay a small one-off fee because there's still some university engagement in that year. Here at Brunel, I believe it's around about 1,300 you pay just for that year. So it's a wonderful way to earn money as well alongside your study. And gain perspectives on your career choices, we've covered that. And finally, it's develop key employment skills. So when you do graduate and when you do start going for the big interviews after you graduate, you really work can be really basic in terms of teamwork, meeting deadlines, prioritization, all of these kind of things. It's a really, really good way to get these tangible employment skills where you can actually really say to employees, hey, this is what I can do and this is what I do. So the next question a lot of people ask is, where would I study? Who would I work with? I mean, there are a wide range of companies to work with. And here at Brunel University, we were one of the first universities in the UK to introduce the work placement year. So we've got a long, long history of working with a wide range of companies. Our location in West London also enables us to, London being the capital in the UK and the home of nearly everything you can imagine, means that we have a wide range of companies we can work with. My personal opinion and what I say to students is when you're choosing a work placement, it can be really tempting to just apply for the really big ones, the Disney's and Intel, Morgan Stanley, Apple, Microsoft. These are fantastic. And if you're able to secure a work placement there, then that will be a wonderful experience and exposure for you, and it will look really good in a CV. However, don't limit yourself, because sometimes you'll find at these really big companies, you may not be doing, who are really well resourced and got a lot of wonderful staff, you may not be doing the most relevant stuff. Whereas if you're doing an accountancy course with Brunel, when you work at one of our local accountancy firms in Uxbridge, you'll find you're doing much more actual hands-on relevant work to what you're studying in your course. So the main tip with securing, in terms of which company or which organization you should work with, is just making sure you secure a placement, because obviously they're not guaranteed, which I would talk about next. But whether you're a big company, a medium company, a small company, there's benefits for everything. So I always say, don't worry massively about where you end up, as long as it's relevant to what you're graduating, planning to graduate in. So this is the huge benefit of work placement. I mean, when you graduate and you go into the big bad world, there are companies that can help you find jobs, but essentially you're on your own. Whereas when you're doing the work placement, you have the university's career center to help you. So here at Brunel, we have something called a PDC, the Professional Development Center, who are an award-winning service amongst universities who are dedicated to helping all Brunel students, specifically international students as well, find the right work placements. So they are a dedicated team. Once you enroll at the university, they will start setting up meetings with you really soon so that they can start talking to you about what kind of work you're interested in and preparing you. So they're a wonderful resource to make the most of. The students who tend to find the very best work placements are the students who are most proactive. They attend all the catch-up sessions and meetings with the work placement department, and they are really proactive in that sense. And they're certainly the ones who tend to find the best work placements. Work placements are never guaranteed. These are real companies you're working with, so we will never be able to force a company to employ you. You still have to apply and interview and impress them. There's different steps and layers to the how you apply for work placement, which I will come to. But essentially, the work placement department will help you find a role. They'll help you prepare. They will help you with your interviews, your application preparation. They will give you some list and possible opportunities where you can apply, and they'll give you a ton of one-to-one career advice as well. These are some of our recent graduates who have secured their work placements, and they kind of talk about what they're doing and what benefit they got from it. We had Miranda, who was with Microsoft, who really enjoyed furthering her analytical and logistical skills and working on teamwork. Then we have Zephaniah, who was our computer science grad, who again was able to secure one of his dream jobs working as a software engineer for the BBC via his work placement. And then we also have, as alongside of our traditional work placements, we have what's known as an Innovation and Entrepreneurs Hub, which is for those students who don't necessarily want to work for another company. They rather take this year to perhaps start their own company or develop their entrepreneur skills. We have a center that can help you with that as well. In terms of how the work placement works, the first thing you do is you'll book an appointment with your placement advisor who's dedicated to you. You'll talk about what kind of company you're interested in, what kind of role you're interested in, your course, your strengths, what you want to do. Next, and they will help you with all of this, and they will help guide you with that. The next step would be to start looking at opportunities, look at our job board, start researching yourself, start looking at some of the typical job sites, start preparing an idea of where you want to apply. Then again, you're back with the placement advisor, where you're doing your CV, your cover letter, your application, your placement. They will help you with all of this. Next step is the big one, you're applying. So we won't apply for you, you still have to apply yourself, which is a really important skill to learn. So you'll apply, you have to prepare yourself for a little bit of rejection at this point. It tends to be you need to apply a lot before you can really secure the job you're interested in. This will include face-to-face interviews, video interviews, assessment centers, testing, presentations, the whole lot. So we'll prep you and prepare you for all of this. This is obviously the biggest, scariest moment. And then for those students who are able to secure a role, the final step, and this is actually an overlooked step, is we advise you on how to accept a role, how to negotiate a salary, terms. We'll help you on all these steps. And that will be the final thing. Once you start your work placement, we don't leave you. We still work alongside you with our advisors, and your personal tutor will come and visit you on site, make sure you're okay, make sure everything's going well for you. So this support you have is throughout your work placement year. So it really is a fantastic opportunity. So that's the work placements in a nutshell. Before we have any a Q&A, I'm just going to play 2 short videos. I hope that works over the Zoom. They're 2 of our recent graduates who did work placements. They'll talk about why they did a work placement, where they work, the benefits. They're quite short videos, but I think they're really, really interesting and a wonderful way to get that kind of insight for yourselves. So if you bear with me one moment, I'll just get them playing now.
London, and I'm a 3rd-year student here at Brunel University studying computer science with AI as my specialism. I did my placement year in 2019 at a company called AWIN. They're a core component in the world of affiliate marketing, which provides opportunities for small and large businesses to grow. I wanted to work for this company because of their modern work culture, which embraces technology, their benefits and care to employees, and overall, their learning prospects, which sparks innovation. I chose to do a placement year quite simply because of experience. Not only does it make a graduate more employable, but the opportunities it provides are worthwhile. When you start applying for a job, you first need your CV. Depending on the company, you may also need to do their online application. With AWIN, it was fairly straightforward. I emailed them my CV, and shortly after, I got a phone call saying they were interested in having me for an assessment day. Myself and a handful of other applicants were assessed with a technical test, a group exercise, and a one-on-one interview towards the end. Fast forward a few days, I got a call saying I got the job. Throughout that whole process, I sought guidance from Mo. my placement advisor at the PDC gave me helpful advice on my CV, tips for the interviews, and practice for the assessment days. At AWIN, I was a business intelligence intern, where I was introduced to the role of data analyst. Database management is fundamental in this role, which meant I learned lots in SSMS, writing SQL queries. But on the reporting side, we use tools such as Power BI, Tableau, and SSRS. My favorite element of placement year was the social environment. There's always something happening at AWIN. You can join groups for social events, charities, or competitions, and every year they hire out a venue just to host the AWIN party. Met lots of people and even had the chance to visit Berlin for a business trip. Provided me with an opportunity to develop my technical ability and confidence, which no doubt will come in handy for future professional prospects.
Perfect. There's just one more video as well, and then we can go into some Q&A.
I'm studying mechanical engineering at Brunel University.
My name is Samir Arshad, and I'm studying mechanical engineering with automotive design.
Currently, I'm in the Czech Republic working with Barrett Aerospace's partnership company, VTS. And 3 months in, I can hand on heart say that I would definitely recommend it just the same way everyone else would recommend it to me. Living in the Czech Republic is quite interesting. So I've gone from a fast-paced lifestyle to a much more relaxed, slower, people take the time. But it's a great learning experience. You see the world from a different perspective. I've always been interested in making, designing, and playing around with things from a young age. And towards the end of my college, I wasn't too sure where I would want to take my career. And mechanical engineering left the most doors open for me. And it's a really fun and enjoyable course.
The current placement that I'm on is a great way for me to kind of put my designing passion into reality. Currently, I'm doing a project engineering placement with an aerospace company called Barrett Aerospace, and I'm working with the partner company with VTS in Czech Republic. If you're still thinking about doing a placement after the second year, then I would definitely recommend you doing it. It might be difficult to get the placement that you want, but I think any sort of engineering placement would be ideal for you because it might be something that you might not have expected.
You come and you work and you actually see a physical impact, makes you enjoy engineering.
So thank you guys very much for listening to the videos. I hope you found them quite useful and quite interesting. Just to say again, my name is Haroon Riaz here at Brunel University, London. If you have any further questions which you wanted to email me at, you can email me at Haroon, HAROON.Riaz, RIAZ, @brunel.ac.uk. I will be here with IDP Singapore today and tomorrow, so please feel free to book a one-to-one session with me, and we can go through everything in more details. And the wonderful staff and counsellors at IDP can also give you some advice and tips on work placements as well. But yeah, please do feel free to reach out and book a session with me. If not, you can ask me anything you want now as well.
Thank you so much, Haroon. Yeah, so like Haroon shared, please do drop by the lounge to look for him if you have any questions as well. I think he'll be here today and tomorrow with us. Anytime, please feel free. Otherwise, you can also look for our counselors if you have any other questions. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, IDP.
Thank you.